Yeah, there's an awkward pause.
Yeah, what's up?
We're doing great.
We're doing awesome.
Chiefs.
It feels like
finally
it's
lost
been a
the Super
while.
Bowl. Yeah, Chiefs lost the Super Bowl, so I'm happy.
Yeah, Chiefs lost. The unfortunate part of that is the Eagles won.
Right? They both couldn't lose, but it is what it is.
I can't stand the Eagles.
No, either can I, but I dislike the Chiefs more.
There's like a cool like Texas versus Texas quarterback kind of thing going on.
Yeah, there was, wasn't there? I didn't even realize that.
Yep. I still think that's like I don't know if he did like a count of the NFL quarterbacks, how many played in Texas or were from Texas.
High school or college?
Like grew up there, high school. Yeah. Not college. Yeah. There's probably quite a few.
Now, I saw.
I think like Cam Ward is from Texas, isn't he?
Maybe, I don't know.
He from the Houston area? Anyway.
I don't know. Yeah. But I saw a thing, like I think Hurts was the first OU quarterback ever to win a national or a Super Bowl.
Is that right?
I saw a meme and I saw that. I was like, oh my goodness.
That is weird, man.
Like Michigan had 7. I'm like, oh well, that's all Tom Brady.
Oh
yeah. So
I was about to say like, well, that sounds odd. Oh yeah, Tom Brady.
And
That's
then,
right.
Like,
yeah.
Notre Dame. So
yeah,
I was like,
Texas Tech. Texas Tech has 3. Yeah.
It was kind of a weird.
That doesn't make sense.
Purdue had quite a few.
Tom Breeze,
Bob Greasy.
Okay.
And then there's somebody else, I don't know, but it was just kind of interesting when I looked at that.
Bob Greasy's son, he was Michigan guy.
Yeah, Brian Greasy. He's a quarterback's coach for the 49ers.
He played for the Broncos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And some other teams, yeah.
Didn't he play the Super Bowl? I think did they make it to the Super Bowl? He didn't win?
No, I don't.
He didn't win with like Terrell Davis. Oh no, that was Elway, man.
That's Elway, man.
Yeah, that's right.
That's Elway.
He was after Elway.
He was, I think, their quarterback
after. Yeah, you're right.
Played
Terrell Davis and Elway won those 2 Super Bowls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beat the Packers. I remember.
And
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that another episode. So
I don't like them either.
Speaking of childhood, back when the Cowboys were good, my childhood.
90s.
Yep, the 90s. Early 90s. Yeah. Thought it'd be fun coming on the heels of Christmas and toys and all the fun things. And honestly, February offers nothing.
Nothing. Other than cold.
Nothing but cold.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 toys.
Of
Lucas,
our
it's a great. Wait, top 3 toys you enjoyed or just of our childhood?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm doing my enjoyment.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm super selfish here.
Yeah. I didn't do Tickle Me Elmo or
Nope.
Pokemon didn't make it.
Nope.
For me.
No, me neither. Matter of fact, I even am questioning one of my choices, and I don't even know if it's a toy.
I will take it.
Okay, we'll see.
I'll be the judge.
See.
All right. So I'll start it here, and I will just go with Masters of the Universe. Now, when I say that, do you know who that is?
He-Man.
Yeah, so He-Man was really big for me.
It was.
I'm surprised my parents let me watch it with all the sorcery
and all that. In the skull, Gray Skull.
Yeah.
Power of Gray Skull.
Yeah. That's how he gets his power.
Yeah, that's right.
So I have a ton of pictures from my childhood of me carrying this He-Man sword around, pretending I was him.
Dude.
My mom kept a lot of the toys too from there. So He-Man I put it at number 3.
I love it.
They did make a movie. It was so bad. It has Ivan Drago, whatever his name is, off of Rocky. Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah. It was a real bad movie. Yeah,
he's He-Man. Courtney Cox is actually in that movie, by the way.
Oh.
That movie's terrible. I tried to watch it a couple months ago, over summer or whatever, and I'm like,
it's horrible. I remember. Yeah, it's real bad.
But yeah, that's
what was the little wizard guy name? I couldn't remember his name.
Merlin, I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? The little purple, but he was this tall.
Yeah, and floats around, didn't have legs.
Yeah, I liked him. I can't remember. And his tiger. Oh man.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yep.
Skeletor.
Skeletor is one of the worst villains of all time.
So, do you know...
Skeletor.
Yeah. They came... Netflix has a new series.
Oh, really? A remake of He-Man, huh?
It's like a... I can't remember what they called it or the title, but it's a kind of reanimation. It looks really cool, man. I watched it with Asher. It was good.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, check it out. You have to check it out. So you might like it.
He-Man is my number 3.
Is your number 3? Okay. All right. So number 3, I'm gonna put Nintendo in there.
Ooh.
Even though.
Yeah, that's good.
Even though I don't know, I'm gonna say that with a caveat. I don't think it's a toy, so I'm gonna throw BB gun.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so
Nice.
Nintendo is like an obvious thing, I
Uh-huh.
believe. Loved it. Spent a lot of time with it. I got it like 4 years after everybody else because that's how my
course.
parents. That's how my parents
Us
rolled.
too. Us too. We got it when the new system was coming
Yeah,
out.
NES came out and I got Nintendo.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I love that sucker, man. Mario Brothers, all versions were already out when I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Excite Bike.
Oh, yeah. I never could beat that game.
What is the? I can't even remember the baseball game. It's like
RBI.
RBI.
Yeah, Legends.
There was there was a Mike Tyson Punch Out, of course. Anyway, loved
Blades of Steel. Is the
Blades.
hockey
That's
game.
it. Blades of Steel.
Blades of Steel.
Yep. That was great and fun, especially from a kid in Texas who had no idea about hockey.
But hockey was cool back in the.
I had literally had no clue.
Yeah.
You had no clue. Also, what was fun about those games is that there was no like professional athlete affiliation.
Right.
And I think we've talked about this before. So Tecmo Bowl was obviously a big part of this, and they did have some players there. So that was a big deal. I'm gonna throw BB gun in there though as number 3 because
I like that.
roughly at that same age I got my first like pellet BB gun.
Ooh.
And man, I'm not sure there was anything that made me feel like I was the big man on campus quite like the BB gun.
Yeah, you're big time with BB gun.
Yeah, and I grew up on a little bit of land. And I'll give you one poor story about this. We had, garden spiders. You know what I'm talking about,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Big old spiders make these really cool webs. And I remember I got this thing. I've had it for a couple months, and I took aim at this garden spider. I'm going to kill this sucker, right? I'm going to shoot it.
Okay.
And had a scope on my BB gun.
Oh,
yeah,
big
man.
time.
I was a big game hunter.
Upgraded.
Big game hunter with my BB gun. And took aim at this garden spider. Happened to be behind the garden spider were windows for the house.
Of course.
And we had storm windows, like double pane.
Yep.
And it went perfectly through the
Wow.
first pane. Missed the garden spider right through the first pane.
How about you hit something?
BB down in between the panes of glass.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And my dad, it was like years later. My dad comes to me and was like, "Hey, you shooting at the house?" I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember the conversation and him taking me over there and being like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Okay, you're right."
Yeah.
You're
You were
right.
in high school at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was good stuff. Good stuff.
So
So I'm going to
BB
say
gun.
number 3, BB gun, because
Okay.
I feel like it was a real toy. Like you actually touched it and played with it.
Yeah. That's
So.
a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yep.
My number 2 is TMNT, Teenage Mutant
Bro,
Ninja
you
Turtles.
got to be kidding me.
Is this your list too?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
We're too close in age.
I still have the turtle van. It's actually in my classroom at
Shoots
school.
the pizzas?
Now that's a pizza shooter. That's different.
Okay.
And then I have the blimp. It's all in my classroom still,
Dang.
up on like the top of my shelves.
That's awesome.
I have this really cool poster up in my there too. It says 1989 on it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So yeah, and then they had good movies.
They did.
They had really good movies.
Honestly, like a little questionable, right? Like
Oh,
if you think
yeah.
back.
If we watch
like,
them now, I'm like, hey,
Casey Jones, a little questionable. Or
yeah,
April.
He's a ladies' man.
Rough characters.
Yeah. Not what we thought they were.
I went to the theater to see those. Gainesville had this like twin theater, and I remember going to see it, and obsessed with the Teenage Mutant Ninja.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Also, great Nintendo game. Remember we
The
talked about
arcade
this? I think it
version.
was
It's
my
on here.
it was great. It was
good. Kyler still has my my pillowcase and sheets from my childhood.
Dang.
And they say like honestly 1989, 90 on there. I'm like, dude, if we wash this, it might dissolve.
Yeah, you
But-
got to keep these. It might be worth
He
money.
uses it.
Yeah.
Every night he sleeps with this thing.
I love it. I love
So
it.
it's really rough now too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
He's
like
got the little balls.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he still sleeps with this. I'm like,
Yeah.
do it, man.
I love that,
Yep.
man. All right, so our lists are not too dissimilar,
Right.
obviously.
Well, we're
so
both cool.
yeah, we're both very cool. And this is an obvious thing. So number 2 for me, and I did kind of give the caveat like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles / He-Man
Oh yeah.
were my number 2.
Oh yeah.
And the reason is because they were roughly the same. Like when you start talking about the figures you played with, they were about the same size. You remember that?
Yeah, I still have them.
Yeah, they're pretty big. And what's cool about the Ninja Turtles is they moved. They had like all the attachments to their shell. Like they had all the swords and all the weapons. Dude, they were so freaking cool. I loved the Ninja Turtles. So one thing I would do in my room is I would tie string up,
Yeah.
like from my dresser to my bed I had bunk beds to the top of the bunk bed, and I would let them like zip line down and like knock somebody out, like like one of the bad guys.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles were great. The cartoon was great.
Yeah. The original cartoon.
The original He-Man cartoon was great. The original.
Yeah.
The one thing about He-Man doll is his hair was super weird, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. You remember?
I haven't seen. Like I said, my parents have these in their basement. My boys didn't get into the He-Man.
Well, because it's not been around.
Yeah, but the Turtles, they do.
It came back.
It did come back, and they really, they like them.
Even Asher liked him. He came back, man. He got for a bit. It came back. It's kind of phased out a bit. It didn't. They don't have the staying power. It seems like Batman, Superman, and all that. But man, I definitely leaned into the Ninja Turtle. I love those guys, man. That's cool. That's cool. All right.
My number one. It's not that, but it's Nerf football / Nerf guns.
Okay.
So the Nerf guns is my parents did this like extension on our house. So it was probably like a 20 by 30 room or so. Just cement and then like a carpet on top. So no padding in there, but it was like our playroom. So we had a TV out there and whatever.
Yeah.
We would make like little forts out there and have Nerf gun fights all the time.
It's great.
Friends and I, brother, whatever. So I remember doing that all the time.
That's cool.
The Nerf football is
the best.
The best. I have so many memories playing out at my Sunday games at my farm or my family farm.
Turbo football.
No, I had the turbo.
Do you remember that? Like it looked like do you remember that?
It
what was that old movie? It looked like the Navigator. Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was so cool. Yeah.
But the reason why Nerf football is on my list is because my dad was a football coach. He recently just retired after I think 49 years of coaching. But like
just recently.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool. Yeah.
But would come home and he was sitting in his recliner and I would run around the living room. He would just play catch with me all the time, right?
Throw routes. Just run routes. Yeah. Nice slant. Up and go.
Yeah. Did we break a few things? Yes, we did. There's this supposedly expensive Norman Rockwell plate that was hanging on the wall that I threw a perfect pass to my dad.
Supposedly.
But, he says it was a bad pass. I said hit him in the hands. But
hands, you got to catch it,
There was these
those are bouncy, though, right?
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff we broke, but...
Yeah. Dude, great toy.
Great toy.
God,
great toy. Just still brings a smile to my face.
You know, one thing, I remember this vividly, is I could throw a spiral with the old Nerf football.
Yeah.
And I remember getting asked to be, like, all-time quarterback because none of the other kids could throw a spiral.
Did you have the Nerf one that had the tail on the end?
Oh, for sure. Like the little bit smaller one? Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like the commercial was like John Elway.
Yeah, he could chunk it like 18,000 miles.
Go around the world or something.
Yeah. He'd catch it, Yeah, dude, they had the one with the whistle, all things. But if you're talking like Nerf football, we can get the multicolor. Like,
yes.
Like you get your cowboy color, like silver and blue, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, everybody had that one, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
You had that one, right?
No, I'm sure I had red and gold one.
Red and gold. Well, that one is kind of like the leftover garbage ones, but it's okay. But I remember I could throw a spiral, so I was kind of like, big deal.
Yeah,
it was a big deal when I was like in third grade, That was pretty cool. So on the playground, I could throw the spiral. Nobody else could, and I was basically Joe Montana or
Roger Staubach?
Troy Aikman.
Oh, okay.
Troy Aikman, yeah.
I just give him a hard time.
Yeah. All right. So my number one is I was a big G.I. Joe fan.
Yeah.
Loved those suckers, man. Had a ton of them. Mm-hmm. Had the bad guys, the Cobra regime.
Yeah.
Had the good guys, and they had like cool names like Sergeant Slaughter, Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
They were awesome. And
I never
played. You never played with them?
I never played with them.
Man, so they're my favorite of all is I had this. You remember playing with toys in the bath? Is that a thing we can talk about, or is that inappropriate?
That's fine.
All right. You never did?
Oh, of course I did.
Okay. So the Warthog was this G.I. Joe toy that was like a tank / boat.
Okay.
And it was awesome,
boat
man.
tank.
Yeah, it was awesome. And what was cool about G.I. Joe's is their elbows and knees moved. Right? Do you remember this?
Yeah, all the action.
Leatherneck. That was another name I remember.
I didn't play with G.I. Joe, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. I love that so much. I had some of the airplanes. I had this big ship. I had the Warthog. I had four-wheelers. I love G.I. Joes, man. And then
good stuff.
I think I lost a few out playing in the mud one time. And I remember even like years later, I think like 17 years old. I was like, I'm gonna go check that spot out, and I still didn't find them. And I was
17 years later.
yeah, like
last Christmas,
devastated, like devastated about it. My parents were gonna move from the home I grew up in, and I was thinking, man, I think I owe it to myself to go out there. I remember exactly where I was playing. Like go out there, and I still couldn't find them, and I was just a little sad.
You think they're there?
A little sad. They are, man. Definitely they're there. Definitely the red clay of North Texas, red dirt buried is what they are. Yeah,
that's crazy.
But yeah, I like G.I. Joes, man. I thought they were super cool. I know they've kind of made some resurgence with some like movies, but the toys just don't seem to be a big deal.
They don't, and the movie didn't really catch on that much either.
Yeah, I never watched it. I think even The Rock was in it.
He was in one.
Yeah. But anyway, I never watched it, but they were cool, man. All their elbows moved, their hats would come off. They had tons of accessories. Excuse me, but I just really, really enjoyed them. Straight up like gun, like shooting,
of course.
shooting each other.
Americana, man.
Yeah, Americana for sure. And you remember the cartoon was like, what is it? Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Do you remember that?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Okay.
Watch it all.
So like they would have this lesson in their cartoon. So at the end of the cartoon, it would be like, "Don't play with fire, Jimmy."
Okay.
And now you know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
Okay.
Great American hero.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man.
Good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
A moral to every episode.
It kinda. I would say maybe less of moral and common sense. Don't be stupid.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. But it was good, man, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I can't believe with Trump hasn't brought that sucker back because he's
working on it. I'm sure.
Seems like he would like to call the rest of the world Cobra. Weird G.I. Joe. So, what does GI stand for? I forget.
General Infantry?
Yeah, I think that's right. Yep, I forgot.
So just a regular Joe.
Just regular Joe, man, is how they call him.
Anybody could be him.
But they had like super cool nicknames. Like I said, Leatherneck, Sergeant Slaughter, Snake Eye.
Wasn't Sergeant Slaughter a wrestler too?
Yeah, he is.
Major Slaughter.
He is.
Major Slaughter.
And he wore the hat. Yeah, it's him, man. Tank top, the black tank top.
Oh, that's supposed to be him from
it's him. That's
okay.
him. Yeah.
I never put that together.
Yeah, anyway. So that's my number one top toy, and these are the ones I really would like string. I'd put string all over my room.
Yeah.
They'd come down, knock the Cobra guys out.
These are the ones, if we see them in the store, even at 40-plus years old, we still stop
1,000,000%.
Just take a look
also, I think, too, like there was this connection with my dad because when he was a kid, they had like the
big full,
like the 2-foot tall dolls, you know what I'm saying? Because probably coming on the heels of World War II and Korean War and all those things, and then Vietnam. But so when they were little guys, but they like it were cool because you could actually like put their arms in like the gun holding position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like make them put their arms up or behind their back. It was pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. So anyway,
that's good.
God, this is good. This is fun to talk about.
Yeah.
It's fun to think about. Yeah.
So in the Bible, it doesn't really talk about toys specifically in the Bible, but what I kind of found is archaeologists have found over the time, they dated this back to like biblical times. So toys have been a thing forever. They just keep evolving, right? Like our kids have, some of the toys we talked about, our kids still have. I'm not sure if they really like action figures as much as like we did because everything's going like technology based, which I hate. But
yeah.
So some toys that archaeologists have found from Bible times, tops, like the things you
dreidel.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Whistles.
Oh,
so these don't seem like toys to me, but tops, whistles. They put rattles as a toy.
Yeah.
Wooden animals. So I kind of like they carve like little wooden animals.
Sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
Hoops, like hula hoops, like we call hula hoops type things. And that's about all I could find as far as like toys from the Bible. So
no balls.
No.
You know what's crazy? Like to me, like if you said all-time best toy, a ball.
Yeah.
The best ever.
Yeah.
Like it's the best. I know we didn't say Nerf. You said Nerf football. Yeah, for sure. But like if you said if you give me one thing for the rest of my life, even at this age, give me a ball of some kind.
And I think you'll know what I'm talking about here. So the grocery store used to have, or Walmart used to have, like that big tall tower thing, and they'd have those really cheap rubber aired up. I called them kickballs.
Dodgeball, kickball. Yeah.
But if you gave a boy
all colors.
Oh yeah. Stars on them, shapes, whatever.
Dude.
But if you just give a boy one of those back when we were growing up,
1,000,000%,
we would be busy with that thing for days.
Yeah.
We would, like you said,
Dude.
dodgeball. We'd do kickball. We'd do football. We would do. You hide and I'll come find him. I'll hit you in the face
Yeah,
with
I'm
this
gonna,
ball.
I'm
like,
gonna peg you with it.
Whatever
ball.
ball. Yeah.
Yeah, capture the flag
yeah,
ball.
Right.
Like,
You run. I'm gonna hit
dude,
you. Yeah. Whoever
yes.
gets the ball's it ball. I mean.
Yeah,
That's
you're
simple.
right. You're right. That may be the greatest of all toys ever in the history of ever is the rubber ball.
Yep. And then some of the air would get out of it, so it get a little smaller, so then you could really
throw it hard.
Oh,
yeah, you get the grip on there. You throw it real hard. Yeah.
Kids these days just miss it. But
yeah, they don't know what they're missing.
But yeah,
they have that at Walmart anymore.
I don't go.
You remember they did get the big ones for a little while. I remember that when my kids were little, but those aren't as cool.
No, they're not. Yeah, you can't do as much.
It's interesting, man.
I want to go to the big Walmart on the way home and see if I can find one.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Here goes, boys. Christmas.
Merry extra Christmas.
Yeah,
that's good conversation, man. I love that. I think oftentimes we don't think about when you start talking about the Bible and like you're reading passages. We don't think about kids and like what they occupied their time with.
Well, a lot of times they were probably working too, though.
Working, memorizing scripture if they're Jewish kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no time for play.
No time for play, man. No time for play. Although
they're building those pyramids.
That's right. They're building them for the Egyptians. I think though there's imagination in our life and there's fun, and I think what we just connect to, which we had a good conversation about, is like that is what was so fun. That's why I hesitate to put Nintendo on there. I put it on there.
Yeah.
But it's tough because it fills your imagination. You don't really have an imagination. So like toys are something that I think are kind of going away a bit. To your point, technology's picking up. Which is unfortunate because toys are awesome.
I agree, 100%.
Yep, toys are awesome. That was a good one. That was good. That was fun. All right, well.
That's all I got.
You good?
Yep.
I'm good.
All right.
Adios.